Hi everyone, Harris here with iDownloadBlog.com. iOS 13 is out, and I want to talk about some great features that Apple didn't discuss, so let's get started. So starting out with number one is in Notes. When you scan a document or a PDF into your Notes application, it will automatically give it a title based off of what is in the document. So for instance, this document that I scanned, it read the header, and gave it a name automatically, and I didn't have to do anything. So that is a very quick and easy way that Apple automatically labels scanned documents in Notes. So now if you delete an application that has a subscription tied to it, which I don't currently have any, but if you do, when you delete it, it will ask you and warn you about the subscription if it has auto renewal turned on. So now you'll have an extra step of security so that you don't forget about auto renewal subscriptions when deleting applications, and that is a very nice touch. Next, in the health application, there is actually now a section for hearing, which will include decibel levels from your headphones. So it will tell you how loud your music has been based off your listening for the hour, the day, the week, the month, and the year, and it will tell you if it has been an appropriate or a safe listening level. And you can see this is all of my headphone decibel readings, and I can see how loud my music and audio has been. It'll tell me if it's okay, and it'll give me some ranges, some comparisons, as well as some information, and you can change the filters that you want to see in this graph. So another step towards Apple protecting your ears. In a previous video, I dedicated the entire thing towards mouse support on the iPad, and that is awesome and a great feature, and I would definitely recommend checking out that video. But it also works for the iPhone, and not something that you would likely want to use, but just, hey, it's here and it works and it's kind of cool. So I can double tap, I can navigate, go into an app, and I can scroll, go home, whatever. So mouse support does indeed work on the iPhone. Next, this is a feature I'm really happy about. So when you have live photos, obviously you can hold it down and you can get the full animation. But one thing that's never been crazy simple is the ability to export this into a video, and it's always required a third-party app, and that's always been frustrating and annoying. Apple finally has built this right into the share sheet, so now you can save it as a video. So it'll save this live photo as a video. So now if I go to the videos tab and I go back to that date, this is now a video. In Safari, you can now close tabs automatically. So you can go to the close tab settings and choose between after 1 day, 1 week, and 1 month. And this will help you to organize your tabs so that they don't overflow and that you don't end up with 291 tabs in Safari. In music, there is now a Spotify style full screen effect for lyrics, which I am a huge fan of. So if I pull up a song and I click the lyric view, it'll go into this full screen album artwork blurred background style lyric view, and it'll go full screen, and it is beautiful. And this is something that Apple Music has really been lacking. And I mean, that looks amazing. You can go to different parts, and if you tap, the song will go to there. Now, if you want to go to your standard lyrics view, you can still click those 3 dots and go to lyrics, and it will pull up the lyric view for you. So that's very nice. So updates for apps now lie in the profile tab. So if you go down, you can see updates are now here, but now what you can do is actually delete them right from this view. You just slide over and you can delete this app. Very simple. Now you can do family sharing for your hotspot. So if you go into here, it'll add anybody on the iCloud family. And if they're in there, you can have it turned on so that they can automatically join your hotspot. And you can do ask for approval. So it'll have you confirm, or you can do automatic. So the iPad has new 3-finger gestures for copying, cutting, and pasting, but that is also brought to the iPhone, which I don't think a lot of people know about. So if I highlight this text and I do a 3-finger pinch, that is copied. If I do it again, it would be cut, and then I can spread it to paste. So the gestures are also for iPhone, and you can also undo. I don't really think I'll be using this because it's not as comfortable on a phone, but that is brought over to the iPhone. So when you first change your volume, it'll send over a nice bar and actually lines up the height with the volume button. So it feels like a very good integration between hardware and software. And then if you clicked more than one change, it'll minimize it so as to not take away from your content. So this is a very nice new volume indicator on iOS. Now, if you take a screenshot and you click done, you now have the ability to save to files and not just photos. So maybe you want this to go to your iCloud drive to be able to pick up instantly on a computer somewhere else. You can just have it saved right to your files, and you can select a location for it to go. Or of course, you can save it to photos, and as always, you can delete it. So there's a brand new screenshot manager on the iPad, which is great. And if you're using the Apple Pencil, you drag in and it'll take a screenshot, and you can extend the screenshot to go full page. But you can also do that on the iPhone, which is great. So if you take a screenshot and you tap on it, go full page, and boom, the entire page is now one giant PDF document that you can save to files. You can't save this to photos, unfortunately, but you can see you can go full page, which is great. You can do this in Safari, you can do this in Mail, and I think probably a couple other applications eventually, but this is really great for doing awesome PDFs, and you can mark this up and then save it to files or delete it. So that's great to see it also on the iPhone. Searching in Messages got so much better, and Messages is always a tough one to show because I don't want to reveal anything, but now you can search through attachments, more conversations, multiple conversations per person. So now you can search through links, photos, locations, attachments, and it's much better. So if I do type in baseball, you can go through all the conversations that include a search term, again, the links, the attachments, and more. So that's gotten a lot better with Messages in iOS 13. Now, over the last several years, the battery settings on the iPhone have gotten a lot better. We saw last year we had battery health and we had the graphs and the activity, but now there is a new setting for optimize battery charging. So this will delay your iPhone's charging if it has a predictable time that you want it to be at 100%. Say you set your alarm every day. For me, it's 8 o'clock every morning, so it'll delay my charging and to get to 100% as close as it can around 8 a.m. so that it preserves your battery life as best as possible. And I think this will be a great feature for, again, preserving the phone's life. Now, Apple did mention this on stage, but they didn't really show it. So now here is the feature of silence unknown callers. If you turn this on, nobody will be able to call you, or it'll go straight to voicemail and it won't notify you. So if there's an unknown caller, so a spam caller, or if someone star 67s you in the United States, you can silence this so that you won't be bothered, and you can see call blocking identification. You can see the apps that are trying to do this for you. So the last two features are one of my favorites. So if you go into Control Center and you expand it, you can actually change your Wi-Fi and your Bluetooth settings right from inside of there. So for me, usually when I'm switching a car and trying to get a different Bluetooth source, I can quickly do that. That's very nice. I don't have to go into settings. I can just, from my lock screen, go in, tap, and connect. I do wish I could just hold it still in this screen. That would save one tap still, but pretty nice. All right, so those are some hidden features of iOS 13. I think some of those are pretty great. Let me know what you think of those with a comment down below. But of course, thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned for more iOS 13, iPadOS, and macOS Catalina videos, and of course, watch OS 6. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.